Switch 2. The Switch 2 is here. Who got the most sleep last night?
You probably.
I got just under 3 hours.
Oh,
I
had a little
went
bit
to
more
bed
than
at 4 and I woke up at like 11, so I did get like 7 hours of sleep.
Johnny got the most.
Okay, all right. Johnny wins. Johnny wins with the most sleep and the most Switch items. Or
Yes.
Switch 2.
Maybe
items.
I don't know. You got a bunch of stuff on it.
You win. You win. Okay, so I'm going to preface this because of the lack of sleep. If there's a little lack of energy, it has nothing to do with the hype levels for Switch 2 because they are at an all-time high. Super, super stoked. Crawler, what's going on?
Hey, Crawler coming at you. They did not. No. I'm checking to see. They didn't update how quickly we can see how much you've played. I started playing Mario Kart World 15 hours ago, and that's it. So we're still gonna have to wait.
Well,
10
you played
days.
15 hours. Like there you go.
Well, minus 4 and minus like 2 to go get a controller and lunch. So, yeah.
There we go. Johnny, how's it going?
I'm doing great. I'm so pumped. Finally, it's finally here.
Finally here. So, like, we'll get into all of the festivities for the day because I had a lot of fun yesterday. Like, I actually met a number of people that were just hanging out at GameStop and stuff. So it was really cool. So and it almost felt like a mini almost like a mini convention, like just hanging around with a bunch of like-minded like nerds, you know what I mean? It was super fun. So before we jump into everything though, I want to let you guys know that the Elgato HD60X works with Switch 2. And you can use my new code, which is
in 4K.
Honestly, I think I just bought that.
Oh, nice. So you can
you
use
had that, Johnny.
The 60X. No, I didn't have that.
So you can use my new code. You don't have to do the ZZ hyphen. It's just N64 Josh now at Elgato's website. So, and they're releasing new Stream Decks with scissor buttons instead of having the membrane for the buttons. They're like scissor powered. I don't know how else to put it, but like apparently they're very, very smooth. So it looks super, super cool, the stuff I've seen. But if you're wondering how to get Switch 2 footage, the Elgato HD60X does the job. Elgato, and let's see, n64josh.com/Elgato to check out your gear there. Johnny, where can people connect with you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and the Communication Air podcast.
And Crawler.
Nightcrawler724, TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, Twitch. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, 8 more years of all going to start streaming this week. It'd be great.
Nintendo Switch 2 era is the era.
There you go.
It is. So Cheesy sent us a message, guys, because I've had a lot of people asking me in comments and stuff like, he's on a sabbatical, like a semi-permanent sabbatical with he'll let us know on a time that he can jump in and chat with us. We're gonna see if we can snag him like for something maybe this weekend, just to see if he's available once he gets to.
We're all getting game chat together. We're putting the cameras on.
Yeah.
I try to GoPro. It doesn't work.
Oh,
so does it have to be like a verified Nintendo?
No, approved? I think I have seen different stuff that said even like I have my Logitech C270 whatever that is, and I've heard that you can either, because does it have to be plugged into the Type C port?
I have no idea. I actually haven't.
There isn't one. Unless you go
on
the
the top.
Unless you go to the top of the Switch.
So you're supposed to.
And then there's
two A's.
There's 2 A's on the side.
Right.
Yeah, you get to plug it in when it's docked
to the Switch itself.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But I think if you have a Type A, I don't know if I haven't tried it into a Type A.
Here's an adapter.
You can just get a Type A to Type C adapter. Yep, I have some somewhere.
Then you can just put your cam link right in and use the camera you're using now. So, want me to test it? give me a minute. So
maybe a cam link with a GoPro would work. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. So, well, I think I'll start with Crawler, because I was literally laughed out loud when you were like, I went and picked up a midnight one. I'm like, yo, the FOMO got him. The FOMO got him.
Do you have two? You're gonna have two, or do you cancel one?
Nope. My wife took it to work and sold it to one of my coworkers.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking. Oh my god, that was like 5 minutes ago. We were just talking about that.
We're tired, bro. We're tired. So you got it today, but you were like, I have to have,
yeah. So I was happy with my Walmart order, and I should have, I guess, trusted them a little bit. They said delivery by 9 a.m., but then their app said guaranteed by 10 p.m. And I was like, I have all day off. I don't want to.
I don't know where mine's at. Hold on, let me check if I can see where mine's at.
So Johnny's getting what I was afraid of. But so I went and I stopped by. I left work yesterday. There were 2 GameStops on the way home, and I was going to swing by Best Buy as well. I kind of wanted Best Buy just because the stupid collector in me wanted the stupid coin that is going to sit in Johnny's closet probably somewhere and not do anything. But
oh yeah, I got this.
I stopped by one GameStop and I went in and I was like, any loose products sitting around? And they're like, absolutely not. The first one that I went to. And then I walked into the second one, closer to the Best Buy that I was going to go to and check. And they had a queue kind of there in store, but they were processing receipts and letting people check out. I didn't even think about the difference of the bundle that I had ordered. But it was just standard. It was just the standard Switch 2. So I got there. I paid my $475 or whatever it was after taxes, and took my receipt and went home and put the kids to bed, and then left at like 9:15 or so my time, and went and stood in line for a half hour. And it ended up being, I think I got to the front of the line around 10:30. They had, so GameStop, first off, tried this whole thing where they were going to give people like a deli counter number thing, and they were going to, I guess, plan on everyone respecting that system and letting just people that were rolling up right at 10 o'clock my time to just jump them in line because they had a receipt that said such. But I think all of that went out the door for everybody, because I saw, I watched Kit and Krista's video from last night, and Kit had number 3 of the base Switch model, and they were letting the people that had gone in, like me, the day of and purchased the loose stock, and they got to go first. And Kit and Krista didn't get their copy until like almost an hour and a half or almost 2 hours later, because East Coast, I think they said, or West Coast, they didn't get it until like 11:30 their time. So stupid late for what it was. So I think GameStop just kind of did not have a great plan for how they had a theory, but they didn't think about the practicality of it all. And how did Best Buy go, Johnny?
Oh,
okay.
Sorry, I had a cough.
No, you're
but
good.
It's all right. Give me a second.
All good. So yeah, so I got mine. I came home. I had worked out with my coworker. I was like, hey, I have this bundle, and I'm happy to sell you stuff at cost, but I want my discount for Mario Kart, which is why I had bought the bundle in the first place. And so I'm selling him my bundled Switch with Mario Kart, the download code, for cost of like $575 or whatever, and after taxes. And so I bought it, and then I actually probably saved a little bit of money because I went to Costco last night and got $100 worth of eShop gift cards for $90, so a little bit of a discount. So my $10 savings, Johnny convinced me in his preview event to buy the stupid pack-in game that's not a pack-in game. So I've been banging my head against the wall doing stupid quizzes and other things in that. I
haven't played it yet.
You played it at
I played it at the preview, but I haven't played it since then. I've been doing a lot of other things, but yeah, Best Buy. So I had a pre-order at Best Buy for pickup. So the way it worked, I got there at like 10 o'clock my time because I'm on East Coast, so I had to wait until midnight. So when I got there at 10, there was a line that was like wrapped around the Best Buy, probably like 50, 75 people that were there. But then I walked up and there was a line that said like walk-ins, and then there was a sign that said pre-orders, and nobody was on that side. So I'm like, all right, I have a pre-order. I'm just gonna line up here. So and then a worker came out and he's like, yep, that's where the pre-order people go. So I was the first in line. I think there were some people in the other line that had pre-orders, because then they started to trickle over later.
Yeah.
And
I was surprised. I drove past after I secured it at GameStop. I drove past my Best Buy just to see, and it was 5:30-ish, 5:45 my time. So it came out at 10 in 4.5 hours, and there was 15, 20 people already sitting out there. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
There were a lot of people. There were a lot of people. I think the person that was first in line said that they got there at like 4:30. So they're waiting 8 hours. But by the end of the night, there was probably at least like 150 people waiting in line on that side, and then like I would say 50 people that were pre-ordered. So there was a lot of people.
I was surprised by the stock. Were any of you like I went to Costco today. I picked up a Pro controller for like $10 cheaper. They had, I think it was just the cardboard thing to pick up and take to the front, but I think there was another probably 15 to 20 console bundles sitting there, and I think it was the bundle too, sitting there ready to go. Target seemed to have plenty of stock on hand there today. Sam's Club got stock that I saw Wario tweeting about last night. So I was not expecting as much loose available stock as what there was.
Well, and like Johnny mentioned when we were talking earlier, like I have a Target pre-order, hasn't even shipped yet. Yeah, but you could walk into the store right now and grab one.
You're getting punished. Yeah, the pre-orders are getting punished. I don't know how
the people that stayed up late to try to get the pre-orders that night.
Yeah,
they're all getting punished because I don't know why. I don't know why that happened.
So I went to GameStop yesterday at 2:00. There were about 15 people in line. I literally stopped at a Smash Burger like food truck, grabbed a burger, grabbed a lawn chair, my laptop, and I worked while I sat. After I ate my lunch, I just worked until 3 p.m. So I got there like 1:30, I guess, and then I just ended up pre-ordering the core because I wanted to get a physical Mario Kart anyway. So they had, I think everybody that was in line, they had 21 of the bundles and 10 of the core system. And so the only thing that annoyed me is when I finally got to the line and I was like, hey, I want to get an SD card, a Pro controller. They were like, oh, just get that tonight. So when I got there at 7:00 last night,
makes chaos. Why would they want to do that?
Well, when I got there at 7, nobody was there for the Smash tournament that was supposed to start at 7. I was like, there was very few of us. I brought like my GameCube adapter, the GameCube controller. I was ready to, and I laid the smackdown on a few people. It was it was a good time. But they were like, oh, we sold out of the Pro controllers. I'm like,
that sucks.
Are you kidding me? So mine will be here tomorrow. I got it from I ordered it from Target this morning, and it'll be here tomorrow. So
be here before your Target Switch.
Before the Target Switch, yeah. So, went back at 7, played Smash, played Mario Kart. Not that many people showed up for like the event, which was kind of a bummer. It wasn't until it started getting much later. So from about 7 to I left around 9 to go grab some food, and then came back and ended up chatting with some people for quite a while. Like it was honestly really cool. It was really cool just connecting and chatting with a bunch of new people. And so A lot of, obviously Nintendo fans and that kind of stuff, just hearing people's different stories and, interesting. Some of the things people bought, like second sets of Joy-Cons and stuff like that. And I'm like, it just seems so strange to me to buy but I guess if you have the opportunity to do party games, it gives you you have 4 controllers right off the bat with a second set of,
and some weirdos don't know the Pro controller is the best controller you could get. Or
the Joy-Con you have for your old Switch will work as well.
I bought a bunch of stuff. If you guys have seen my post, I went into Best Buy and I'm like, hey, I have like 3 orders. I have like 3 separate orders, and they're like, oh, okay, and the guy's like, whoa.
Were you filming on your phone the entire time too while you
No,
were
I should have. That would have been funny. But like, yeah, he was like, "Oh my god!" Like, and then like another worker came over because he was trying to help him out. He's like, "Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff here." And then like I'm like, "Do you have a bag?" Because they were just like, they just had like everything
Here,
loose.
just
I'm
carry
like,
your
how am
amiibo
I
in
going
your
to carry this out? Do you have a bag?
Johnny's getting mugged on the way out.
And then I'm like, yeah, I just kind of blacked out and bought everything. But I was able to get the Yunobo amiibo. They had that at the store.
Oh, they had it at Target this morning too. The only one they didn't have.
Why couldn't I pre-order that one? That was the only one I couldn't pre-order.
He was protected.
Yeah. I'm not getting what is it? Is it Sidon or whoever the fish is? That's not coming until the 11th.
Got my boy.
So there you go. Love that.
This $30 piece of plastic.
Oh, used to be $12.99, guys. Used to be $12.99.
Also, like tariffs are on pause. So why did I have to pay $30 for this thing?
I don't know. I think a better question is
why is there no
Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Why is there no Mario Kart amiibo? That's the better question. This is your top selling game and you don't give us amiibo? Like granted, we have a Lego, but come on.
It's the same with like regular Mario. They don't do special edition regular Mario stuff either.
I was looking for a spot to scan amiibo in this game, and there's no. I was.
Oh yeah,
no amiibo support at all.
There's no Mii drivers.
No, there's no Koopalings. There's no.
Dude, what the heck? Look, all right. If we want to get into this, I'm really enjoying Mario Kart World. Like I think I'm prefacing this now. It's fun to play. Like it's Mario Kart. It feels new and fresh. But what the heck, Nintendo?
Yeah.
Where's the content? Like, why'd you get rid of 8 drivers with the Koopalings, and then you got rid of Diddy, you got rid of Funky Kong, and you got rid of the Mii costumes? You can't even drive as a Mii. What's happening?
I feel like this game is a bit of an anomaly. They added a bunch of meme characters, took out a lot of characters. The first character I unlocked was Donkey Kong. So there was that. I think maybe
from the first Daisy and then Rosalina.
Okay. So but then like I have my gut feeling is this game is just going to be a continual drip feed of content. Like there's probably there's potentially more tracks already in this world that we're going and like you can in free roam go and ride around on, but they're not like official Grand Prix tracks or like tracks.
I've done the Grand Prix. So. I've done all the Grand Prix, and I just did the first.
Yeah, you already done
tour.
The Grand Prix.
I did the first knockout tour, and there were some different kind of tracks in the knockout tour. So
interesting.
Yeah, do you get a trophy for knockout tour?
I remember I said I got a 2-star, and I don't know how to make it a 3-star. So I just got to win. I won like 3, I think, out of the 6 legs of the knockout tour. So I just got to make sure I win 4.
Usually time based. Usually.
No. The 3 stars are based on points.
Well, it's your placement, but also there's a time factor as well. So like you basically have to get first, but then you also have to do it in a certain amount of time.
Really?
Yeah, that's how it's been.
I always thought it was just for. I always thought you just.
I thought it was just based on you. The 3 stars were 60.
Well, 2 stars were 57. It could have changed, but up until like at least, and maybe 8's the same way. But I know like 7, it was like you had to. There was certain times you had to beat as well. Even if you got first, you could still get 2 stars. So we got a super chat from Joey. Says, Don't mention Diddy Kong. He's so sad.
I do believe. I mean, I think the game's set up to get updates. And yeah, somebody else mentioned no Link. Yeah, there's no crossover characters. Like this, it's a world. You could make a Hyrule world and Kirby.
Oh yeah,
and Splatsville or yeah.
So Shepard did a super chat, but forgot the message. So I'm going to read what he wrote underneath. It says Johnny Boy is going to drop the Switch 2 right when he get in. That's why he buy 2. Shame on you, John.
Yeah, I gotta throw one away. Oh, I just have a TikTok idea. Maybe I'm gonna wait until a little bit.
I don't want to break Walmart's giving everybody free Pringles and a Coke to play.
So Cryptic said up until 8 it was with the time. So I got a free Red Bull from GameStop.
Yeah, what's with the Pringles and the Coke?
I don't know.
What's that about?
I mean, we're talking about Walmart right now, not a sponsor, right? So it's working. We're also mentioning Coke and Pringles. And I'm not going to lie, when I saw people getting those, I was like, now I want Coke and Pringles.
I wonder if I'm going to have some tomorrow when I finally get my Switch 2.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's talk Mario Kart for a little bit. Cryptic saying, I will say I'm not a fan of the new Grand Prix. Traveling between tracks is boring and basically a straight path for the most part. I prefer 3-lap tracks.
What's the first thing I said in Discord?
Same thing.
Exact same thing.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it because you could do the regular races and like versus. Like you don't have to do the traveling between tracks. So that's what this game's gimmick is, that traveling between tracks. So
it just makes the end. It makes the end of each race chaotic because you don't know where you are. You have to glance down at the bottom third to see kind of where your progress is. It's either 4 of 5 or 2 of 3 or 3 of 3, and they're all it's random. On some of those are broken up into, even in the Grand Prix, broken up into 4 or 5 stages sometimes, and it's like why? And then the beginning is interesting a little bit. You can, more often than not, that's your chance to catch a meal bag to potentially change your character's appearance, because it's not a guarantee. Like some characters don't change appearance.
It's based on the food item too. So even if you are using a character that gets costumes, but that food doesn't trigger, or like the food is linked to different costumes.
Yes, and if you were that costume that the food changes you into, it'll change you back to default skin.
Yeah. And yeah, like
you can turn that off. You can turn it off if you want to.
Wait,
but
what do you mean default skin?
So like if I
the skin
am
that you chose,
like standard,
the standard skin. So if I am like Racer Mario and I get the milk or whatever and I drink it, you become regular Mario.
That's weird, because that's not what happened with me. I would just bounce between all of the, even if I'd unlocked the costumes, I just kept bouncing between them, or I just stayed as nothing. Like I just stayed with what I had. It didn't revert to anything.
It's weird. I'm sure there'll be people smarter than us analyzing this and figuring out
do you guys think, like Nadine,
we have microphones, we're smart.
The not unlocking things getting 3 stars. Because in Mario Kart 8, like when it first came out on the Wii U, you would get the gold cart if you did, I think, 1 star for every race.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting something to unlock with 3 stars, and I was
you get a gold glider for 10,000 coins. Do you think there's anything there, or like
I keep getting a cart? I keep getting a cart every 100 coins right now. I'm up to 26.
Maybe you get the gold. Maybe you get a gold cart when you get a certain number of coins or something.
But they aren't showing weight classes on anybody. It's just cart stats. I like that there's not a meta like
there is mirror mode.
No, there is not.
There's mirror mode. There's 100% mirror mode.
There is not a mirror mode.
Isn't it reverse instead of mirror?
I can guarantee you there is a mirror mode.
Okay, there's not a mirror. There is not a mirror Grand Prix.
Maybe not Grand Prix, but mirror mode is in the game. Don't gaslight me.
I'm looking. I'm gonna look. There's no Mirror Grand Prix because I've unlocked everything with that.
That was my favorite. We got to get that clip right there. That was the best. Johnny's like, wait, I've seen it. I know it's there. So I want to address some of the questions. Brian says, why does gameplay look so slow? Is it the size of the tracks or is it only 50cc available at first? So I think that's I think that's a valid question, honestly. It doesn't feel slow when you're playing it. And I think that's what I think it kind of kind of throws you off a little bit. I think you're like, okay, the speed is there. It doesn't necessarily feel slower than 150 on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but you also feel like your cart is like dragging a little bit. Like when you have all four wheels on the ground and you're drifting, you can hear the wheels squeaking and stuff. The best way I can describe it is this game feels a little bit less like Mario Kart and a little bit more like Crash Team Racing on that we had on last gen. Like the bounciness of everything, like the kind of just the not all the mechanics, but like jumping off of things. And I think the reason for it, and I think they found the sweet spot, because trying to hit the grinds, jump off, hit the wall, hit all I think, you know, I'm assuming through vigorous testing, they had to find that what was going to be the best so that you could pull off this stuff without it like getting too chaotic and making it so difficult that people that don't want to put the time in are going to get left in the dust online for the people that do. And then it may not be quite as fun. So I don't know. Does it feel super slow? Does it?
It feels a little bit slower. The drifting is a little bit slower. And Johnny, there is absolutely no mirror mode. I just checked.
There's a mirror mode. I saw it at the preview event. There's a mirror mode in the game.
I just went through time trial. I just went through all single player stuff. There's no.
There must be a way you have to unlock it because there's 100% a mirror mode in that game.
There's no mirror mode.
Johnny's like, at Philly Beats. Was there mirror mode?
Am I going crazy? Because there's definitely a mirror mode.
I feel like the drifting takes it's not as quick to a mini turbo as we're used to in 8. I don't know. The I think the course being so much wider makes it feel a little bit slower.
I think that's a factor. Now, it's interesting that you say that about the mini turbo, because I feel like the setup I'm using versus the same setup I used on 8, I feel like I'm getting them a little bit quicker. Like
I'm bouncing back and forth between the pipe cart and the standard cart, and I'm not seeing it
with the standard cart. I know I didn't care for it as much. I like the pipe frame better. So, and I mean, not just aesthetically, like it just seemed like it was hitting the turbos a little bit faster. Now, the time trials, people are using Rob the robot, and the character they're using is the bitty beetle or whatever. So it's still a factor, even though it's not the cart. So
yeah, I don't like the bikes. I don't like the inside drifting.
Oh, are all of the bikes inside drifting this time around?
Wasn't that what they were last time?
No, only certain bikes were, like Yoshi and like a few of them.
I haven't tried it, but the Rob cart is funny. It's just Rob and
I haven't gotten it yet. I don't think I've gotten it yet.
Get good.
Did you get?
Well, I didn't play 15 hours.
I played 15 hours ago.
I was trying the other stuff out. You know, I was seeing what Pokemon looked like and what Breath of the Wild looked like.
Yeah, I've played. I have not played too much. I've been working all day, unfortunately, but the little bit that I did, it was I'm having a good like as soon as I got into open world, I liked it better. And because I realized what it is. It's not a main mode. It's a tack on. It's tacked on, and it's not story missions. It's nothing like that. It's just right, guys, play.
I'm sorry,
play this.
but I have to.
Don't be sorry.
Bow out.
Yeah, go give us your final, like, what do you think of the system real quick? Just give us a quick, like.
Oh, it's the best handheld ever made for sure. And I mean, it feels so good to have like a brand new Switch. It feels snappier and everything's just so sleek and faster. Like I'm that Nintendo Switch toy is going in the trash for real this time. All right. Well, you guys have fun.
All right, brother.
Right. I'm look. There's different stuff saying maybe mirror, but I've unlocked it. I don't know. I've unlocked everything in the Grand. I've done the Grand Prix.
You're gaslighting yourself at this point. So let's see. Cryptic says, not sure if y'all figured this out, but I'm finding that you need to be charge jumping in straight paths to get a boost. Start to separate better. Yeah. And charge jumping is a little bit like you've got to let go of the stick or make sure that the stick is perfectly straight. Otherwise, you're going to drift. So that can throw you off a little bit. Rubber banding seems stronger. I found it like reverse rubber banding seems like it's a thing. Like where if I was a few carts behind, I was catching up faster and I was like, well, that's a little bit strange. And then he also says, fun fact, I like the way drifting works because it works like double dash, almost the same mechanic. Oh, interesting. Interesting. It just took a little bit getting used to. I think at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it. And now that I'm used to it, I'm like, okay. But it's one of those things that like, I don't know that I'm going to want to go back to 8 much, like, because it might mess you up a bit.
Oh,
like
for sure.
They're close, but they're not identical. So, and yeah, it's going to be those charge jumps, and the best lines are going to be tied to the pulling off those skilled maneuvers, and that's gonna be how you're gonna get the fastest times. There's no question. So it's another layer to Mario Kart, which I'm very, very happy with. So let's see. Joey says, okay, I'm setting up. Whoops. Come on. Okay, there we go. I'm setting up my Switch 2. Can I easily transfer stuff from my OG Switch? Yeah, it'll walk you through it as you do it.
It takes a little while, but yes.
Yeah. I think one of the coolest things, like watching the community, like, life will find a way, like watching, like so many different people are testing out different games that are running so much better. Pokemon's running better. Hyrule Warriors, any game that was on the Switch 1 that had an uncapped frame rate is kind of insane right now. Hyrule Warriors, I guess, is just like gorgeous. And so, if there's and these are games that are not on any kind of list that like it's just if they had an uncapped frame rate on Switch 1, they can rock and roll on Switch 2. So Nate said, did the transfer old demo? Yeah, I'm sure. I think I was pretty selective with what I re-downloaded. I think I still have Mario 35 on.
It prompted me that it was moving over data for a lot of demos that I had played, like the save data. Like it was like it was isolated to just that Switch or something like that.
I see. Cryptic says, did y'all find any shortcuts? Are they gone? Is it based purely online? So no, there's definitely like mushroom cuts, even on Mario Bros. Circuit, the very first one. As soon as you start that run,
right there, we just saw it on the screen. Well, that was the end one.
Oh, I got you. But as soon as you start on Mario Bros. Circuit, you go immediately to the left and hit your mushroom. You'll blow through tires and grind up on this green pipe and get 2 coins, and then you can flip off. And so it's like a combination of of looking for secrets that you can, like I remember once. Remember, I said blow through the tires. I remember in Cheeseland, I was like blow through the cheese, and then somebody like stitched my my TikTok video while they were blowing through sliced cheese. I was cracking up, but every time I say that, it makes me think about that. So here we go. Becca's asking if Room in the Night Sky transferred. Here we go. Yeah. So yeah, there's still shortcuts.
I feel like they're a little bit better hidden than they were in 8. So it's going to be interesting, and the gimmick is not necessarily mushroom cuts. It's going to be the charge jump to a vertical wall climb to there's going to be vertical kind of shortcuts now, or get on the grind rail, because it's gonna there's some spots that are like an S curve through a tight corridor, and there's an option if you wall grind up and get on a rail, it just takes the guesswork out of it, because it'll navigate that tight section for you, so it can optimize some time, and then you get a speed boost jumping off as well.
Yeah, and you can hit that depending on the height you're at. You can hit that that trick boost a few times if you're up high enough. So, and you can literally hit that trick boost at times that you may not think you normally
anytime
would.
You're off the ground, just hit it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting for sure. So, Cryptic says overall the Switch 2 makes me happy. It's exceeding my pre-launch excitement, and makes me want to play more. Yeah, like that's honestly probably the best way of looking at it. Like, I picked up Mario Kart and Cyberpunk, and I honestly, you guys know me, especially this season of life, I don't have a lot of time to play. So like, I'm gonna put the majority of my time into Mario Kart. I still want to like put some time into Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I'll try some. I want to actually play the games I'm buying, so I will put some time into.
You're not going to buy every single Switch 2 launch physical this
first year? No, it's not. I don't. I guess I just like. I think with the slowly going more and more digital myself, or like, and then sometimes double dipping to have the digital and the physical. It's just like. I'm good. I'm gonna focus more on first party, just like physical for the collection, and then like if there's something, if Master Chief Collection or some series that like I really really love, I will try to get whatever physical version is available.
Yeah, Sunday might be interesting. We might get some announcements for Switch.
I think we will. But I mean, I think like opening the Switch up, seeing the size of the screen was really impressive. Just locking the Joy-Cons in for the first time and then feeling it in your hands, it's like this is a nice piece of tech. Like it really does feel like a nice piece of tech. And it seemed very easy to transfer all your stuff over. If you guys are watching the B-roll, periodically my downloads are still happening with my games.
Yeah, it actually, the Switch is able to handle a download and install while you're actively in a game now, versus the Switch 1 that just like paused everything when you were in a game.
Becca's asking, is the tournament mode like Mario Kart 8? Not yet. It'll probably be the first time Nintendo does a tournament. It'll be knockout. Well, but they'll probably add that mode back in, because they used to utilize those tournaments. So when they finally announce one, they'll probably update the game to add that in, is my hope, because it needs to be there. It really does. So you've played Welcome Tour and you played Mario Kart. Did you pick up any other launch titles?
Not yet. I was gonna buy Elden Ring, but I didn't realize that it wasn't
not out yet.
Yeah. So I have Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the upgrade paths installed, both my North American and Japanese GameCube tile, and there's nothing different on the Japanese one. The North American one actually has more, because it has the European versions for some reason, which is, I guess, just a different I guess European games were in that era were in 50 hertz. So
interesting.
So I think that's the only reason, but
I see.
Yeah. And then I did try Fortnite. It ran a little bit better. Maybe that's what made the Switch run a little bit hot the other day, last night when I was playing. But I did one match, and I had I was trying to get stuff for the play with a friend or whatever. So I had my son's account up on my PS5 and played through it with him just dying because it was 2:00 in the morning or whatever time it was. And the PS5 loaded in first, but I got into the prep island with still like 40 seconds to go. So the PS4 that my son normally plays on, he will sometimes be in a loading screen right up until like 2 or 3 seconds before the bus takes off. And so the Switch 2 arguably is doing better than a base PS4. So, I mean, that's good. You would expect that, I would think. But Fortnite hasn't run the greatest on Nintendo Switch. So it's good to see that it was a little bit better. They had I don't know if it's exclusive, but they had like a whatever it's called after you jump out, like the falling trail, exclusive for Switch that I got when I just loaded it in. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Like would you go back to playing it on Switch, or would you still play on your PS5 and your
right now I just play on PS5 or Xbox One, and it that's where I'd prefer to play it.
What
it'd be viable, I guess. It's not worth the 40 gigs on my install right now, but if it was for a travel instance, if I was wanting to get the dailies done or there was something that I really wanted to do, it's definitely viable. I will say that.
Is there as much pop-in and like terrible textures and stuff as there was before?
I was playing handheld crouched over because I didn't want to disrupt what was happening with the PS5 on my other screen. So I was playing on handheld, and that's never great, I think, with draw distance. But I was playing handheld with a Pro controller. But
I gotcha.
It wasn't the greatest, but
I see.
It would probably be better if it was docked, and it would look a little bit better, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, cool. I was curious. I don't think I have it downloaded, so I wanted to check it out though, just to see how much better it is, because it's got. I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna be night and day compared to old Switch with the everything looking like clay, So, but I mean, overall,
it did look better. Yeah.
My hype levels, like I'm super stoked. Like I jumped into time trials right away with Mark. Like this is the game I've been waiting for the longest. So it's not super fair, to be like, because I understand people's arguments of like, why isn't there more? There's like older games coming out, Street Fighter, Cyberpunk, like not a lot of like real new stuff, So I mean, I get it, but I couldn't be happier to be in a new Mario Kart game. And
the store works a lot better. I'd say. And there's recommendations now.
Yes, yeah, I turned that on, and the missions and everything, like that also
That's snappy.
Yes, much better. So yeah, so really excited. Cryptic's asking if anybody tried Rocket League or Fall Guys. I know I haven't. I'm curious about Apex, if Apex is going to be any better. I know everybody kind of forgot it's on Switch, but like I don't even know if anybody still plays Apex. So
Johnny bought Fast Fusion. I'm thinking about it. I mean, for a nice $15 game to try it out. And that looks like it runs pretty good. But that's a Switch. That's also a Switch 2 title. But
I mean, we got F-Zero on GameCube as well, right? So
yep. Yeah, I haven't. I'm waiting on my controller today, and then I want to try out. I guess I could plug in. I have a handful of GameCube controllers here that'll work, but I want to play some Soul Calibur and give that a try.
Yeah, and the new GameCube controller has motion.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
it's got an accelerometer in it.
Has a gyro in it. So, I saw Stealth was playing Splatoon with it. So that's kind of cool. So, yeah, overall, like I'm
There's
I'm
new
excited
NFT.
for the
There's
future.
new NFTs. Did you go claim your NFTs?
Oh yeah, my new profile pic is Mario, like from Mario Kart. So yeah, I spent platinum points for sure. So it's yeah, I'm gonna pick up Welcome Tour. I want to mess around with some of those mini games and stuff like that. And and we'll see. I was just I was gonna do it immediately, and then on the new Switch, my card is not linked to current right now, so I didn't have my wallet sitting in my pocket, so I was like, I'll just do it later. So
yeah,
but yeah. But well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. And like I said, I think it's just the overall lack of sleep that I'm just like my brain is kind of fried. So
maybe this weekend
we'll get back to regularly scheduled stuff. But I am going to be streaming Mario Kart World tonight. I'm going to just grab a quick bite to eat and then probably start about 6:30 Eastern if you guys want to jump in maybe a little bit before. So appreciate everybody so much, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.